Hey everyone, Nick Berlin with Berlin Builds. Today I'm going to show you how to put the casing on a door. Alright, so the first thing that I do is I'm going to go around the door and I'm going to mark where I want to put the casing to. So I'll come up into the corners and I'll make my mark on each side, and then I'll usually come about to the midpoint as well as the bottom of the door, and that's where I'm going to make my mark. On most interior doors you're going to want to go 1/4 inch in for your mark. With this being an exterior door and these hinges being just a little bit thicker, I'm going to do all the marks on this one at 3/8. That way we don't get the hinge rubbing on the casing. So now I have the corner locations marked, and then I also have a few marks down the sides of the jamb. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from this corner over to this corner, and then I'll know how wide I need to cut that top piece, and then I'll be able to measure from the floor up to that piece to know where I need to start cutting the miter on the two sides. Alright, so for this door, we're going to do miter corners for the casings. If you're wanting the look where it's going to run past the side pieces, all you're going to do is take that same measurement from that corner to that corner, and then you'll add in the thickness of each leg on these sides. So let's say you have a 3.5 inch leg over here and a 3.5 inch leg over here. You would add 7 inches to this length, and then you would also add however much of an overhang you want it to be. So if you want a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch, then you would add another inch. Now we've got the legs and then the top piece cut. I'm going to use an 18 gauge nailer. We got 1.25 inch nails in this. One thing to be aware of is when you're shooting these nailers, the nails, they can come out and they can split off to the sides. They rarely will go in this direction though. So when I'm nailing, I don't have my gun this way typically. If I'm close to the edge of the casing, I'm going to turn it sideways like this. That way you can make sure that you don't get that blowout. Now, when I tack this in, I'm not tacking it in up at the top because I want this to have some flex. For when I put that top piece in, I can kind of push it and pull it just a little bit if I need to. So we've got that tacked in, and then I just kind of go down. I have another mark right here. So make sure that you're firing the gun sideways. And you just follow your marks. Now I'm going to take the other leg and do the same thing. Now we're going to take the top piece and tack it in. And to keep the joints from separating, I'm going to use a little bit of glue. thing they'll also do on these is I'll actually nail in from the top. And that just kind of helps keep this piece flush with the other. And if you're having problems with the pieces lining up perfectly, you can use a putty knife. You can wedge it behind the board and use that to kind of pull it where you need it to go. The last thing to do with these is to come with sandpaper and to sand these joints nice and smooth. That way when the painter paints over them, you don't see any line where you did that miter joint. You also want to fill in all your nails and putty them. Thanks so much for watching. If this video was helpful to you, make sure that you hit that like button so that more people can find it. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comments below. And if you want more videos like this, like construction tips, tool reviews, and just other random kind of building stuff, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We do videos on a pretty consistent basis. Thanks, bye.